You're having a nice, quiet moment with your cat. Everything is calm, you're petting them, they're purring, and then, out of nowhere, they bite you. It's confusing, it's startling, and it just leaves you wondering, what just happened? I mean, one second it's all about affection and purrs, and the very next, there's a flash of teeth. It can honestly feel like a bit of a betrayal, right? Especially from a pet that you absolutely love and trust. And let's be real for a second, it hurts. It doesn't just hurt physically, it stings emotionally too. You feel confused, maybe a little frustrated, or even a bit scared. If this sounds familiar, I want you to know you are definitely not alone. This is a super common thing that cat owners go through. But here's the most important thing you need to hear, the absolute truth of the matter. Cats don't just bite for no reason. That bite isn't them being mean or malicious, it's communication. It is their only way of yelling, "Hey, something is wrong." So, okay, let's really get into this. We're going to put on our detective hats for a bit and explore the 5 most common hidden reasons for this behavior. It's all about learning how to decode what your cat is trying so desperately to tell you. All right, first up, and this one is the most critical, we have to talk about hidden pain. You know, cats are absolute masters at hiding when they're sick or injured. It's their survival instinct. But pain, well, pain has a way of making itself known, and a sudden bite can be a purely reflexive reaction to a touch that hurts. And what's really interesting here is you can often pinpoint the problem. Does your cat only snap when you touch a very specific spot, like their lower back, their hips, or maybe their belly? That is a huge clue. It could be pointing to things like arthritis, a painful dental issue, or some other injury you just can't see from the outside. Okay, next up we have a really, really common one. It's a behavioral thing that experts sometimes call petting aggression. Now that sounds kind of scary, but it's really just about a cat reaching its personal limit for being touched. I want you to think of it like a cup that's slowly filling with water. Your cat is loving the petting, the cup is filling up with good feelings, but once that cup is full, any more water, any more petting causes it to overflow. The bite is their way of shouting, "Okay, stop, I'm done now." It is absolutely crucial to understand this is not your cat rejecting you or your love. It's just them asking for some personal space. And this right here brilliantly shows you the warning signs to look for. On one side, you have a happy, content cat. They're purring, their body's relaxed, they might be doing those slow blinks. But then look at the other side. An overstimulated cat's tail will start twitching or even thumping. Their ears might go back or flatten against their head. You might even see their skin itself start to ripple or twitch. Recognizing these signals is your key to stopping before the bite ever happens. Let's move on to our third cause, and it's a powerful motivator for any living creature: simple fear or stress. If your cat feels trapped or threatened or gets startled, a bite can be their defensive last resort. So think about what's going on in your cat's world. Has there been loud construction noise outside? Did you have a bunch of new visitors over? Heck, even just moving the furniture around can be a huge stressor for a cat. And if your cat is hiding under the bed, reaching in to grab them can make them feel cornered, and that's when that fight or flight instinct kicks in. Now, this one is especially for those of you in multi-pet homes. Sometimes what looks like a bite aimed at you might actually be a message intended for another animal. It's all about territory. Your cat might be guarding their food bowl, or that one perfect sunny spot on the rug. They could even be guarding their access to you. The bite is like a warning shot fired at another cat or dog that says, "Hey, back off, this is mine." And you just happen to be caught in the crossfire. So beyond a specific sore spot, some deeper underlying medical problems can cause major shifts in a cat's personality. They can make them much more irritable and way more likely to lash out. Things like an overactive thyroid, a painful UTI, or even neurological issues can totally change how your cat feels from day to day. And this is especially important to think about if you have an older cat, since a lot of these health problems become way more common as they age. So you've listened to all these potential causes, and you're probably wondering, okay, great, but what do I actually do about it? Well, let's talk about a practical action plan to help your cat and, get your relationship back on track. Here it is, a simple 3-step plan. Step 1, and this is the most important one, non-negotiable, schedule of that visit. You have to rule out pain or any other medical issues first. Step 2, become a detective again. Start carefully observing when and where the biting happens. And step 3, learn to respect their boundaries. Give them space and let them be the one to initiate contact. Okay, let's wrap all of this up. What is the single most important message you should take away from all this? Please remember this. Your cat is not being mean. They're not being aggressive or bad. They are trying to tell you something really important in the only language they have. If you can shift your perspective from being the victim of a bite to being the interpreter of their message, you can completely transform this situation and start to solve the real problem. So, I'll leave you with this question. The next time you're with your cat, just watch them. Listen with your eyes. Because with everything you've just learned, you now have the tools to finally figure it out.